amazing you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Impact Marketers, the #1 show for network marketers by network marketers. I am your host, Crystalette Vassell. On today's show, we have an absolutely beautiful African princess who has been tearing up a storm in the network marketing industry. She initially got started and in 2 days said, no, this is not for me. But then got reintroduced to the industry sometime after, and the rest is history. We're going to be walking through her story and see just how things have transitioned for her. But don't let me get all of it out there. Let's jump on inside and hear from her personally. Come on and let's go. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, I have with me a beautiful African princess, right? And I am just loving her energy and loving her vibes. And she's going to be walking us through a bit of her journey and, of course, leave us with some amazing stuff today, right? So we're not going to delay because we want to jump into her story because I found some of it super funny and you are going to find it funny too, some parts of it. So Patricia, thank you so much for making this decision and jumping on here with us and just being so willing to feed into us and to share with us. We are grateful. We're utterly grateful that you are here with us today, right? So go ahead and just tell us about your journey. How did you get started in this industry? What made you say yes? Walk us through what the journey looked like for you.
Wow, that's an amazing question. Honestly, Patricia Ghana is my name. I'm actually right in USA, Maryland. So my journey in network marketing was just a kind of a decision that I took, I was first introduced into network marketing industry as a banker. As a banker, we all have that big money. But the question is, working only on one thing can keep you disturbed in your spirit. So I was disturbed in my spirit. And one day somebody in my office asked me to come out for a presentation somewhere. Then I went with him in 2008. Seeing the whole presentation, it was amazing, and I decided to start instantly. But behold, when I started, I was excited. I came out to share the information with other of my friends so that they can also be part of what we're doing. But I got a terrible rejection. Like some people are asking me, oh, you have been trapped by these scammers. Oh, you wasted your money. Oh, why did you get into this nonsense? And behold, within 2 days, I have to quit. All right. I really, because I am actually somebody that don't like somebody disturbing me. I just want to do my own thing at my own time and have my peace. I don't really want to associate with people because of fear of people talking to me anyhow. But I quit in my first network marketing company. And 5 years later, within that year I quit and the 5 years, I was still bothered. I was still I knew something is missing in me. I needed something to build against my retirement. And I want to have a plan B, but I want something that will not disturb my banking job as I then, and something that will not put me in a situation of go get a shop, pay for rent, get stuck in there, get the sales girl to stay in. I just don't want all those headaches. So 5 years, a friend invited me to her house, and she said, there's something going on in my house and I want you to be there. I said, the way you're sounding that what is going on in your house is something they call network marketing, right? She said, "Why? How did you know?" I said, because of the way you invited me. See, I don't want to be involved in that thing called network marketing because I've done it 5 years ago. People just don't like it. And I don't want people talking to me anyhow because I'm doing a business. So I told her I'm not coming for the meeting. Being a friend and a neighbor, she was like, oh, I don't know, you know about it before. Anyway, just come over. I cook some food. I have some drinks and snacks. Just come and have fun. Enjoy yourself. I was like, okay, I like eating. So he's my friend. I don't have to drive to do it. I just have to walk into her house and be part of the eating. But hey, presentation started again. We were just 3 people out of 100 people she invited. So as the presentation was going on, I was busy eating the food and something touched me again. I was like, this is exactly what I saw 5 years ago. And this time around, this company has more products that are family lovely products that I can use at home and all that. And I decided to do what again? To start again instantly. Then before I took that decision to start, I also made up my mind and took another decision saying, I'm going to start. I don't know who is going to join me. I don't even know who I'm going to talk to that will accept it. But I know in future, this is going to be of good benefit to me and my family and also my loved ones. So I got started right away again. I was the only one that started among the 3 people in the presentation. I took the decision and I started. I said, hey, I have to start with using the product. I love the product. Let me be using it. Then I'll be sharing information about it. For anybody that saw the value the way I saw it, will definitely join me. And I started my journey in network marketing the second time in 2013. And today, I'm super excited that I didn't quit anymore because I took a decision to stay. No matter the challenge, no matter what, I'm building for my future. I want to build residual income. I want to build generational income. I have to stand firm on my decision because nobody will do that for me. And that's how I started. Today, when I was moving into United States, I moved with my business because my business is all over the world. And, you know, that's the good thing about network marketing when you choose the right company. So when I moved into United States, I told myself, I'm coming to United States to build a network marketing business. I wasn't coming to do something else, but my first priority is to build my network marketing business. And that's where I am today. And I'm excited that I took a decision. So it's all about decision. Thank you so much.
Guys, I think you guys can see me cracking up, right? Because guys, if you are inviting persons and they're not coming, use the food, guys.
Right, the food is good.
Patricia was like, all right, since there's going to be food, I like eating.
Let's go and eat and come out, you know? So it's amazing that I took a decision, right?
Amazing. And I want to talk about that. You fell out of the game in 2 days, right? And that's a very common thing. A lot of people get started. I've seen that. Even in my own building when I was building, right? There are persons who got started today and you couldn't get them on the phone tomorrow.
Right.
Ghost, totally. And you wonder, what in the world just happened? You know, you were so excited yesterday and we were like, And then tomorrow I'm calling you and I'm getting nothing. You're not answering messages, you're not answering calls, and it's just a dead zone, right? But don't be perplexed by this. Don't be annoyed by this, but it has to be a part of your expectation.
Right.
You will get some of that. If you are reading the good book, right? When the sower went out to sow, right, he threw some on stony ground. It didn't even catch the soil, guys. Right? Those didn't even get into the soil. Right? Some between thorns and some, well, you guys know the story, right? But a lot of those don't find the soil. They don't find good rooting in the soil. And so it's very quickly, they're going to be plucked away. They're not going to develop. And that is perfectly fine. right? You're not going to get everyone staying. That is okay. It's a part of the game. It's a part of just how it is. And so don't get perplexed by it again. Have this be your expectation. I would encourage you to go and read that parable. It's in Matthews. I don't remember exactly where in Matthews, but it's in Matthews. So go and read it. Let that resonate with your spirit and remind yourself that this is just how it is. The good book was teaching us about network marketing. Right? It wasn't so much regarding network marketing, but it was preparing your mind. Right? It's preparing us for things like this. So I encourage that you read that. You also shared that out of 100 people that your neighbor invited, 3 people showed up. That's
Right.
even less than 1 in 10. Right? Now, here is something you want to understand, ladies and gentlemen. Your skills level will determine the number of persons that are going to show up for your events, that are going to show up to your presentation and all of this. But if you are starting off with a skill set that is 3 in 100 or 1 in 100, that is no excuse for you to quit. Over time, you get better. Over time, you start learning, okay, don't say this, right? All right, let me pull this part from my script, because you might not have a formal script per se, but there's something that you're saying, right? All right, how do I restructure this? All right, what are others saying that's working, right? And so you tweak things based on the responses that you're getting. And then over time, you're going to start seeing that your numbers will start to climb, right? So whenever I think it was Jim Rohn who said that 1 in 10 is pretty much like the average, right? And then if you get to 3 in 10, you can almost call yourself a master, right? And so it's a numbers kind of game. And then there are persons who they have higher numbers than that too. These are masters now. If you are just getting into the game of things, you cannot expect to have the master's results. Is it possible that you can get those results? It is, but is it going to be your expectation? It should not be. Right? So expect to just put the stuff out there and just keep sowing, because here's the thing that you also want to keep in mind as well. A lot of these persons that you reach out to initially, it's not a no forever, right? They just didn't look right now. They just didn't show up right now. The mistake that a lot of persons make is that they never reach back out to these persons. Am I lying, Patricia?
No, you're right.
They never reach back out to these persons. And following up is a big part of any business, not just network marketing. Right? It is a massive part of any business, right? So you want to make sure that like for your neighbor who reached out to 100 people, right? She wants to ensure that for those 97 that didn't show, she would have reached back out to them at some other point. Right. So they didn't get there for the physical thing, but could she show them a video? Could she invite them to something online? Or, well, I guess at that time, the whole online thing wasn't as prominent, but possibly there were videos or other tools that could have been used. But even inviting them again to her home, the average person probably might have gotten discouraged, because out of 100 people, 1 said yes. And here's a mistake you don't want to make as well, is don't look at the persons who didn't show, right? So she averaged pretty well because 1/3 of you said yes, which is the 1 out of the 3, right? So that was pretty awesome. It's just that the numbers didn't show up on the actual presentation. But I know that as she gets better at that thing, or as she got better, she would have been able to get better results as well. So those are some of the pointers that I wanted to just pull out of what was shared in Patricia's story. I was literally just cracking up there with the food, right? If you're trying it and they're saying, hey, no, right? Just start talking about all the delicacies if that is something you are going to be doing, right? And like Patricia, they're going to run on in there like, all right, I'll just come for food, just come and chill, right? And then they hear something that just tickles their fancy and gets them on the go, right? One of the other thing I want to speak to is you spoke about decision, and that was a big deal for you because chances are you never had that conversation with yourself the first time around. The expectations were different. You thought this was going to be easy first, right?
Right.
So when you got into it, you thought, all right, this seems easy enough. And you were expecting, and that's the thing about expectations. And that's why persons have to properly prepare their prospects, right? And so for me, I'm in love with this beautiful checklist that I use in my program that shows the things you go through to make sure for the first calls, for a new prospect, a new client, rather, a new downline, there are certain things you want to do with them, right? There are certain things that are a must that will prepare them for what is to come. Because for you weren't prepared at all. Right? You were just thrown into the lion's den, and that is why a lot of persons' retention rate is very, very low, because there are certain things that they should do, but they don't do, and some don't even know that they should, right? And so these actions are not taken, and persons jump out there. It's not what they expected. They didn't expect all of this rejection, all of this hate for the industry. People saying, no, are you crazy? You let the scammers get you and all of this kind of stuff. And so if you are prepared beforehand, though, it's different because you know this is coming, right? You know this is coming. It's like the young men. I think they're called Normans, the young men who ride around on their bicycles and they share the gospel.
Yeah.
They have to be mentally prepared before they get out there, because people can be pretty brutal to them. So if the church were to just send them out there without the expectations, the majority of them would quit in no time. But the trainings that they go through literally prepare them for people slamming doors in their faces, people calling them dirty names, people just being nasty, because some people will be nasty. And that has to be an expectation of yours, that you're not going to get everyone singing you praises and being excited about what you're into and even want to hear about it, right? So it's very important that those expectations are managed when you take on a new distributor. It's very crucial because this is going to impact your retention rate. And it's one thing to get the people in, it's another thing to get them staying.
Right.
And I see a lot of persons getting the people to come in, but they just can't keep them. Will you be, in no way will you be able to keep everyone, but you can be able to keep a larger percentage if you get them properly prepared. Right. So, and that is definitely what took place with you. Right. So in day 2, you're like, this right here. This right. This is not me.
Right.
Right. And it was the expectation. Right. You expected it to be easy. That's one. Right. You expected more people because you saw it and you're like, right. So you're expecting other people to be like, really? Yeah. And when you started getting something else, it felt weird and it felt uncomfortable and yeah. All right. So you've been in this industry now for, really been building in the industry now for roughly five years thereabout.
Yeah.
Within this time frame, after having made that decision that you made, that you, no matter what, you were going to stick to this thing, come hell or high waters, thick or thin, you were going to do it for yourself and for your family, right? You made that decision, yeah? And that has been something that has started to pay off for you because you made that decision, right? Now, having been in the industry for a little while, you would have started gathering some skill sets and have a fair idea, well, a whole lot of idea in terms of what are some of the things persons need to do to be able to build even more firmly? So I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the things that you believe persons need to be doing in order to grow their business?
Liking this video so far, go ahead and smash the like button. Also, leave me a comment in the comment section, and additionally, please ensure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified once a new video is released. Let's jump back into it.
What are some of the things that you believe persons need to be doing in order to grow their business?
Awesome. That's an amazing question. First thing first, decision. Take a decision that you want to grow this business for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, and for the whole world, because the world is waiting for people that can keep encouraging them to become something better. Okay.
Yes.
So it's a, when you take that decision, then you decide that you're gonna start, training yourself, in the sense that you have to start attending some personal development training. One good thing I love about network marketing is that there is a whole lot of personal development training all over, totally free. You don't have to pay for. When I was in the banking industry, for you to go for personal development training, you got to pay for it, But right here, you don't have to pay. You just have to plug in wherever you see the training going on. It's all over the Facebook. It's on Instagram. Everywhere you go, you see people training. The books are all over there. And your own company also are offering quality training for you. So take good advantage of that training, because it prepares you. It prepares you real good. It builds you up to face those challenges that will come up while building your company or your business. Building a network marketing industry kind of business is like where people like the owners of Walmart and big other companies are, building their business, because you are building team of partners who are going to be part of your business. So you're building an organization. I've seen a network marketing person having 2,000 partners in the organization, 5,000. You can't have these people without preparing yourself, that building your personal development training to be solid, and reading books as well. Then you have to attend things like Zooms and conventions. These are things that can keep building your momentum, because you need to live your momentum alive on daily basis.
Yes.
No change will make you to come down from that high level of momentum. If any challenge comes up, smile over the challenge. We call it stumbling stones. Those challenges, is either you see it as stumbling stones for you, or you see them as a stepping stone. So if you are seeing it as a stumbling stone, try to turn them to be a stepping stone for you, because after those challenges, you're stepping over to the other side and you're going to blow up. Mm-hmm. Once you pass that level of challenges, you will blow up when you cross over. So keep training yourself, keep reading books, associate yourself with people like-minded, people that are into network marketing that will keep on telling you, move on. Stop associating yourself with people who are not into the industry, because all they're going to tell you is to pull out. Don't do it. Why are you doing it? Don't worry, come out, but people who are in the same mindset with you, who are also in the industry, will keep on telling you, you are in the right place, keep going. Yeah. Because I've seen that our network marketing industry is the best industry in the whole world. It's an industry every profession wants to be part of. Every profession, be it doctor, nurses, whoever you are, you want to be part of a network marketing industry, because it's a industry that allows you to have that freedom, okay, to do whatever you want to do, to build a great future for yourself, to even build a generational income for your family without you paying so much in capital to start. It's amazing.
Yes. Yes. Those are some sound advices right there. And I wanna just touch on a few parts that you shared there, right? The concept of obstacles, right? Stumbling stones, obstacles. That's a big one for a lot of persons. When we become better at dealing with challenges, we will be able to see better results. So don't, Jim Rohn said, don't ask for less challenges, just wish to be better, ask to be better. A lot of us, that's one of the things that we have to work on. And that comes again from the personal development, right? As you spend time in the training, and like Patricia said, as you hang around the right people with the right mindsets, all of this will start to filter into you. And over time, how you handled a situation a year or two ago will be different than how you handle the situation today or later in the future, right? But we have to become absolutely amazing at just dealing with everything going wrong, not get caught up on appearances, but to get ourselves in the state where we act as though it were. Again, I love me the Bible, because to me it's the best personal development book that is out there. Act as though you were. So despite the appearances and despite what is happening in your business and despite all of that, start pretending. And trust me, we can fool ourselves, because a lot of us have fooled ourselves into thinking that we are something that we're not. And most times it's something less than we are. So many of us have taught ourselves into believing that we are less than who we actually are. And you did that. You did that fooling of the self. Make a switch and fool yourself again. A matter of fact, you won't be fooling yourself. You're going to be right this time, right? Because we are created in the image of God himself. That means we're super powerful, right? We can do absolutely amazing, amazing things. Look around you. Look at people who are just smashing it. They have blood like we have. They have skin like we have. They have eyes and nose and ears. A matter of fact, some persons who are even smashing it don't have all of their body parts all together. Some may have health challenges and a whole lot of stuff happening. And that goes to show that we all have some cross to bear, right? And so don't allow these obstacles to stop you. Keep moving, keep striving, keep going after it, because it's after the crushing of the grape that we get the wine. There is no wine, guys. There is no wine without the crushing, right? We have to go through the crushing before. And so a lot of us, we want to see this big, massive team right on the onset of things, and we're not yet prepared for it. And if God gave it to us, we would make a fool of it because we wouldn't even know how to manage it.
Right.
But as we grow into it, the process. So you want to, for me, I've been talking to myself a lot and not about just not be so caught up on the results. I love me good results, yes. But don't be so caught up on the results, but enjoy and embrace the process, right? The process, you want to get into the process and just fall in love with it, right? And just be in it. And as you do that, the results, they're going to come, but you are not just focused on the results. The moment we get just completely result focused, we get sidetracked, because no, we're starting to do just to get the results, and we're not in our being. And you want to just be in your being, and you want to just be who you are, do what you do. And so as you be and as you are who you are, it attracts to you the right people, and things just flourish, which is absolutely remarkable. So again, a lot of this really goes down to the mindset. And I keep saying this, right? A lot of it keeps going back to the elements of the mind, right? Which is super, super powerful. And as we develop ourselves and we get better and we get better, things, they start to shift for us. So in terms of skill sets, Patricia, are there any particular skill sets that you think are a have-to for persons in the industry? What skill sets do you feel persons have to develop?
Wow. The skill set you have to develop is focus and consistency. Focus, and once you take that decision, be focused and be consistent, because Why I say we should be focused is this: a whole lot of things is happening around us, So you have to put on your mind, hey, I'm building a project that will benefit me now, benefit my loved ones, benefit my generational children. So I need to be focused. I don't want my children to pass through what I am passing now. So I need to actually break that, gene, whatever, and be able to build for these generational children. And know that life is not just for you. Like some people will say, I'm comfortable, I'm fine, I don't want too much. No, nobody is looking for too much. But the thing is this: if you're able to build yourself to a certain level because you are focused and you're consistent and you never allow any challenge to pull you back, you're going to look back and say, thank God that I really took this decision and build this great future. So the skill you should look out for is be focused and be consistent, no matter the challenge that you face building this great business.
Absolutely love it. You are sharing with us some pretty awesome stuff right there, because a lot of persons struggle, especially that thing called consistency. That's a tough one for a lot of persons. I know personally I struggled with this. So I'm not even going to act like, right? Today, I'm pretty consistent. But this is something that, man, I was reading books on this because I was just struggling with this. And so I was reading a lot of content on it because I really needed help. Right? I really needed to shift something in my mindset. And I knew that if I could not get myself to become consistent, it would not work. Right. And I would find myself just do a whole lot of stuff at one point and then trickle it on down and get all off track. And that wasn't working. That wasn't working for me. And I knew that I needed something that, yes, I'm going to do this every day. Right. And so I got my mind fixed. There are a few books that I read. I read The Compound Effect. That was an amazing one. Atomic Habits. Those two together, if you have not yet read those two books and you're having challenges with your consistency, you want to read those two books. Those two books combined will fix your mind.
Right.
And these are books that you don't just read once, because I've read and listened to them multiple times, right? The material is just so profound, and it really gets you thinking about a lot of the things that you're doing. It just clarifies just so much for you. And it really, like I said, fixes the mind. So if you have those challenges, strongly recommend that you grab those. Mine's over there on the bookshelf. But guys, I'm not going to go and grab it for you. Just Google Amazon and check out The Compound Effect and Atomic Habits. If you have not yet checked those out, you definitely want to. All right. Any final word for the members of the audience before we pop out of here, Patricia?
Right. My final advice to the audience out there watching us is this. I don't know what you are doing. I don't care what you are doing, but whatever you are doing, find a good network marketing company. Whether you have the skill, you don't know how to do it, you don't know anybody to bring into it, you don't know anything about, just get started today. Get started today, because that's where the future is going. The future is going into this industry of work from anywhere revolution. Work from anywhere revolution is something that allows you, wherever you are, you can pick up your phone, chat with somebody, sign up somebody on the go, and still make your money on a daily basis without physically, caging yourself in a cubicle, and you still live the life of your own and also build generational income. It takes a whole lot of effort. It's not easy, if you really want to build it big, except you came in to just play around. If you want to build it big, once you come in, choose your circle of 5 people that are doing great in it and start learning from what they are doing.
Yes.
Having that success here is very simple if you have decided to learn how to copy and paste. Follow the circle of 5 who are doing great, copy whatever they are doing, and start practicing it, start doing it, and gradually you start becoming a pro in this industry.
Absolutely love it, Patricia. You dished it out to us today, and we are certainly appreciative, right? Guys, like she said, just start. And if it's a case where you have already started, right? Some of you have not started, right? So you've started, but you haven't started because you haven't really made that conscious decision to really pour yourself into this thing, right? So you want to really punch into it. Start like Patricia said, right? It doesn't matter where you are in the process. Just make a decision. Patricia, we thank you so much, right, for blessing us with your time and sharing what you shared with us today. We are utterly, utterly grateful for you taking the time out and being here with us today, right? Guys, remember, go ahead and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know any kind of feedback. If you want to reach out to Patricia, if you want to reach out to me, you can drop that inside of the comment section. Any questions that you might have, you are free and welcome to go ahead and leave us a comment here, right? You want to keep watching these videos as I keep uploading them, because again, faith comes by hearing. And as you hear and as you see other people doing amazing things, it does something for your belief system as well, right? And so I'm going to keep putting these videos out week after week after week after week. So make sure that you are subscribed, right? I'm excited about what's going to be happening for you in your network marketing business, but I want to wish you all the best. Until next time, remember to write your own destiny.